reviewed an HP HDX in the past.
It's me, and this is the HP HDX-18. This is yet another episode of Scrutinized Tech.
This time, however, we're reviewing the HP HDX-18. So, I got an HP HDX-18, specifically the X18-1020us. I got my hands on this laptop at a thrift store for only $5. This laptop was part of HP's HDX series, the high-end line of laptops in 2008. This model was a relative success, but many were tortured to the point of extreme cosmetic damage, and like many HPs of this era, many people stepped on them, breaking the screen. This one, however, had little cosmetic damage, and the only visible damage includes light scratches, chipped paint on the grill near the left hinge, a small crack on the screen hinge, and missing the F6 key. The speakers are good and have more bass than all laptops I own. The 18-inch display is very large and displays 1080p 60 frames per second. The laptop is slower than originally thanks to the replacement hard drive, which is very slow. I'll install an SSD in the future. Specs time. This laptop comes standard with dual-core Intel Core 2 Duo P8400 processor with a clock speed of 2.26 GHz. This laptop comes standard with 4 GB of DDR2 SD RAM. The motherboard supports up to 8 GB. This laptop comes standard with a Super Combo DVD-RW BD-ROM drive. A BD-ROM drive is a Blu-ray drive. This laptop comes with a 1920 by 1080 18.4-inch TFT display. This laptop comes with an NVIDIA GeForce 9600M GT GPU. The bloatware pre-installed on this machine includes HP Media Smart Photo, Media Smart Video, Media Smart TV, HP Webcam, Adobe Acrobat Reader, CyberLink, DVD Suite, HP Total Care Advisor, HP Recovery Manager, HP Help and Support, and Norton Security 2009 60-day trial. Now let's get into the ports. On the back we have nothing, so on the left we have a Kensington lock VGA out, a proprietary docking station port, Ethernet HDMI out, an eSATA port, a USB 2.0 port, an IEEE 1394 digital port, and an express card port with a media center remote installed. On the front we have an SD/MMC/MemorStick Pro/XD card port. On the right we have two audio out jacks, a microphone jack, a USB 2.0 port, a Super Combo Blu-ray drive, USB 2.0, and a power jack. Now that I've mentioned the ports, let's get to the test. I'd just like to start by saying that this thing is huge. And I mean huge. There's nothing as big as this besides 20-inch laptops or 21-inch laptops, but those are pretty rare. I've seen a 19-inch laptop like the HP HDX-9000 and other things like that, but I haven't owned them. Now this is the second 18-inch laptop that I own besides the Cosmio X505. Now I'm completely negating the existence of the other one, mainly because it is a good laptop and is incredible, but there are way better reviews out on YouTube about it. And not only that, but well, I had a major audio glitch in editing and I just didn't have the time to go back and fix that. I had to kind of keep it up. So what I'm going to do here is take you on a tour, test-wise, of this laptop, and I'm going to power it on. And you know what's going to happen. If you've watched my previous videos, then this is nothing new to you. This is the same routine every day. So we're just going to get right into the business. Alright, so I'm going to start by opening this up. Now, as you can see, this is my hand, and it really is very large. Unlike the Cosmio X505, this is actually thinner, slightly. And one similarity it shares with the X505 is that it has a Blu-ray drive, in other words a BD-ROM drive. And there haven't been any BDRW drives yet, as Sony hasn't created rewritable Blu-ray discs yet, but I really hope that happens soon because I really can't wait. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it up, and as you can see, it opens right up. Now, one thing to mention is that this key right here is missing, but it has no major function, so I can just guess what it is. It really doesn't matter. This is a fingerprint sensor. It's really responsive, but I don't like using it because I don't really believe in Windows passwords protecting you. It's more like accounts, and whoever puts a password on their BIOS is a freaking lunatic. That's all I'm gonna say. So this is great. It has a full-size number pad, unlike smaller HPs from this era where they're about half the size, vertical-wise. So this feels really good. So accountants and a lot of businessmen can use this really well, and it fits perfectly. Now, instead of going the Acer route and putting in like a huge weird-ass touch-sensitive media panel that they call CineDash and CineTouch interchangeably. Instead, they kept it minimalistic and just centered the keyboard and kept these two spaces on both sides, so it looks really good. They haven't overdone the design, except that they obviously printed out this, but at the time, HP obviously always printed out designs on their laptops to give each model its own flair of some sorts. So I can go ahead and power this on right now. I can edit this out. Now, this is a slower boot than usual, but this is a temporary hard drive I'm going to use. I'm going to install an SSD in the future. But one thing I like to mention is that the reason why this was never sold with Windows 7 is because it was replaced by the HP Pavilion DV8, which had an even more minimalistic design with HP's espresso design. You know, those weird circles with circles inside them and out, whatever. Rings, in other words. And it was completely black, so it was very minimalistic in design, and they thought that this was overstyled, but this is barely even overstyled. Now, one opinion I'd like to give on this computer is that it's absolutely amazing with an SSD. I could just imagine, I don't have one yet, but I can just imagine how good this would be for composing music, for watching YouTube, and doing a lot of studio things. So this is a great laptop to use in a studio to replace something like an iMac or a mid-range desktop of some sorts. But anyway, unlike a desktop, this has way more ports that I already got to in the beginning. You have some media controls here, which are more minimalistic than Acer's CineDash and CineTouch thing. It's the same thing, but they use the same terminology interchangeably. This button here should eject the BD-ROM drive. Hold on, let's try that again. Well, either it only works through MediaSmart, or I don't have the driver. But one thing to note here is that you can switch between treble and bass, lower or raise them. This button disables or enables wireless LAN, in other words, Wi-Fi. Here over here are just basic media controls, and over here is something called MediaSmart. Let's check it out. You have three choices, although there are a lot more in the start menu. You can watch DVD, record live TV, which this doesn't have a TV tuner, but it's optional. You can put one in, but you have to find a TV tuner card, take this whole thing apart, and make the wires go through, and then put the port right here. But yeah, unfortunately this one doesn't have that. And of course, you can use the webcam, but I'm not gonna show that because I haven't done a face reveal yet and I look hideous. So let's go to DVD, which is pretty much the only media smart thing I can show you. Oh wait, never mind, I can show you a lot more. Okay, that was pretty quick. No disk, load in the drive. If there were a disk, I think the eject would work. There we go. Now this opens up. So let me raise this a little bit, and yeah. I suppose it only works through Media Smart. Let me try that again. Yeah, it appears so. But if you were to go to put a DVD in here, it would work. I can leave a link to the drivers through Google Drive. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to do it or not, but I'll think about it. Although, if you search up this model name on Google and go to a third-party website called hpnotebookdrivers.com, you can find the drivers and software for this, along with all the Media Smart things. Now, if you're going to get the Media Smart applications, the softpack files from hpnotebookdrivers.com, get all of them, because it won't work properly if you don't have all the programs installed. So, yeah. For bloatware, this is actually pretty good. It's pretty useful. I've used it, and unfortunately, it's not as good as VLC Media Player, but it's good for basic movie watching if you can stand the previews and FBI warnings. Although this runs in the background at all times, but it actually doesn't slow down the computer really at all. You can go to Start menu, go to all programs, and then we can go to HP, and then we can choose a different thing. So we can go to photo, should load shortly. Okay, so this is photo, and of course here are the sample pictures that come with Windows. Nothing particular here, but you can go through your photos and you have all kinds of different options. And from the looks of it, this is pretty useful, and this application is great for arranging or just fiddling around with different options. It's great if you want it. Okay, so that's enough of that. Now, the video application for MediaSmart is extremely similar, although it has a few differences. So here's the thing. There's obviously no photos, but it would show them. Oh, there we go, sample videos. But anyways, what's happening here is that it shows everything, and it shows it pretty well. Okay, I don't know what I'm saying. I sound retarded, but this is the exact same layout as photos, but it has the same exact layout and the same exact function, so you don't have to get used to them individually. Okay, that's cool. Wait. Help and support. Okay, yeah, that doesn't do anything, but it would. Let's go to Firefox and look at my YouTube videos. Now, this is slower than most laptops, mainly because I put in the wrong hard drive in here. It has actually a slow RPM. That's why when I booted this up, I was really confused on why it was slower than most laptops of the same specs. But I realized that the RPM is pretty slow, so an SSD should make this thing fast and new. As good as new, in other words. Okay, so we're at my channel, and one thing to notice here is that this print here kind of interacts with the Synaptics touchpad driver. You can scroll. Hang on. You can scroll. It's very simple, but you can scroll. You can't scroll horizontally, only vertically, but it's not a big deal. This supports up to
newer laptops. You put two fingers and swipe up.
This supports 1080p 60 frames per second video, but if you're watching this on a new browser and on YouTube, you can only display it at a maximum of 720p 60 frames per second, so that's a downside right there. But let me talk.
To get it to scroll down, but on this laptop it uses the old style, so you have to move your fingers down to go down. So yeah. And now
Actually,
we're on the videos page, and we can click on any video, and this supports 60 frames per second video.
we can actually full screen this. Yep.
So hang on.
This hard drive is definitely temporary, but I'm not really on to take you on a tour of the maximum performance. I'm really here on to take you on a tour on what would be a normal replacement hard drive or something.
Okay, further down.
Now this does have a subwoofer that channels through the soundbar. This is actually a real soundbar. I put this up against a really powerful flashlight and it saw through, and it's actually a real soundbar. Now these aren't 5.1 speakers, but they are surround sound for sure. So this isn't, speaker-wise, this isn't as good as the Acer Aspire 8930 or 8920.
You could go online to look at flash games,
but it's good enough.
A little trick up my sleeve. This is Newgrounds Player, so you can just load in a Shockwave flash file. So, for example, we could try Vex or a good classic that all of you know, Run. And yep,
Playback.
it's running very smooth. It runs flash games with no
YouTube playback. It's great. I hate stuttering. Okay, let's go to Minecraft. One thing I'd like to say is that the HDX-18, which I reviewed early on my channel, finally has a companion of the same lineup. Even with a slow hard drive, this is actually running pretty fast. And imagine how fast it'll be with an SSD, but here we go. Okay. I actually did a little bit of work here. Okay, so as you can see here, it's running really smooth with almost no lag. If we step outside, yep, no lag. This is with graphics set to fancy, so this is great. With an SSD, you could probably play a newer version of Minecraft and not 1.5.2, the most optimized build, but yeah, for basic Minecraft that you can still play and have fun, this is great. Okay, so that was Minecraft, but now let's go to Angry Birds. Bass. Damn it. Huh? Okay.
Okay. I can't beat this because I'm stupid, but I did, but now I can't. We can do the one before. Alright, for the final hit. Oh, well. So close, but yet so far. I just hate it when that happens. Yeah, forget this. Bottom line, Angry Birds runs at 60 frames per second. Okay, moving on. Sonic Robo Blast 2. And of course, this runs at 60 frames per second. Very smooth. I found the faster route. Why did I take this one? Damn it. Almost. The game's playable with almost no slowdown. I haven't noticed any throughout my gameplay. So, yeah, that game runs pretty smooth. So, we can go into Windows Media Center or just access it from here. For a laptop, this thing has great speakers, but I haven't reviewed the 8930 in person yet, so I really won't know for sure which one sounds the best, and I can't get a hold of the Asus NX90 or whatever it's called, so until I get a hold of that, I'll have to say the 8930 probably has the best speakers. So, of course, this is great and all. We already checked Firefox out. Now we really took a look at everything. Okay, so that's really all I really have to show. I watched a Blu-ray movie and it was pretty fast, so this is the end of the test. Ignore the tape here. I just put it there as a precaution because I saw a very small crack and I didn't want it to expand or anything. I don't know. I'll remove it. I really don't need to put it there.
Bottom line is, it's a good laptop, and if you can find one of these for a low price, you should get it. Alright, so that's all I have to say, so thank you for watching.